Hola! Today I want to talk about color and workflow and printing and materials. So my workflow for using color is I always start in RGB, and that's for two reasons. One is because my work is always seen online, and anything for screen requires RGB. That means for television or for the internet or for gaming and apps, you're usually working in an RGB spectrum. Also, the second reason is that I often print my work on POD sites like Spoonflower, where I had this fabric printed, and they often require RGB files. So they have their own technology on their back end that translates color to printing on fabrics and wallpaper and these types of materials. So that's why they require RGB. Traditional printing for offset often requires CMYK. Now, this particular project, this postcard is the exact same file, well, made from the same file as this file. So this started in RGB, I converted it to CMYK. Now, when I converted this to CMYK, I lost some color here in my blues. Here you can really see the contrast here in the blues, and you lose it here. The color gets really dense. So anytime you convert from RGB to CMYK, you're gonna get a little bit of darker color overall, and sometimes denser, dirtier colors. And that's because RGB has a greater spectrum of color, and CMYK has a smaller spectrum of color, so there's less color. And I always work in bright, bold, vivid colors, so that's another reason why I work in RGB, because that best represents my vision. The next thing is working in spot color, which is usually a Pantone ink. So this bandana was printed with two colors, and I used the bandana here, this navy bandana in the case, to my advantage as an additional color. And that's how I was able to get this contrast with the bandana and get something pretty similar to this in the same zone, but something that I felt comfortable with. Some of the compromises I had to make were I had to change the teeth from white to the yellow here, and I took everything that was black and knocked it out to the navy blue here, so that I used the bandana, like I said, as an additional color. I wanted to keep my costs low, so I wanted to keep it limited to a 2-color print. So this was printed with 2 Pantone inks. This was printed as from an RGB file onto fabric, and this is printed from a CMYK file. Let me know if you have any questions, and I hope this was helpful.